Very good morning, students. Today we are talking about the nutrition in Obelia. So as we have discussed in the previous videos, the polyps or the hydrants, they are called as the gastrozooids or the feeding zooids. Thus, the polyps are responsible for the feeding process. Overall, the Obelia, they are mostly carnivorous and they prey upon small aquatic crustaceans, nematodes, and other worms. Their tentacles, they have got special stinging cells. So the tentacles of the polyps, as you can see in the figure, they have got the stinging cells. So they can capture the prey and they can paralyze it and they can convey it to the mouth, which is present in the very center of the polyp. So all the tentacles, they can grab the food and put it into the mouth of the polyp. Thus, the polyp can eat the food, and now this food is present in the central gastrovascular cavity, as we have discussed in the earlier video. This diagram can recall you the structure of the polyp. So here you can see the innermost layer is called as the endoderm. Now we had mentioned it as the gastrodermis. So this is the particular coelentron or the gastrovascular cavity which is present inside the polyp. Now the food comes through the mouth and it goes to the gastrovascular cavity. Now here it is worth mentioning that the endoderm or the gastrodermis has got gland cells. So these gland cells, they secrete digestive juices, and these juices, they bring about partial extracellular type of digestion of the food in the gastrovascular cavity. So this is a partial digestion. Then the flagella of the gastrodermis, as you can see in the diagram, it is flagellated layer. So the flagella of the gastrodermis, they beat, and the polyps, they contract rhythmically to circulate this partially digested food through the gastrodermis. So as we have discussed in the very first video of Obelia, that whole of the Obelia is joined together and it is hollow from inside, and these pipes are joining each other at every point. So this food which is present in the polyp, it is circulated throughout the body of the Obelia. Then the gastrodermal cells, they engulf the small pieces of partially digested food. That means now this partially digested food will enter into the gastrodermal cells of Obelia. Now here the full digestion of the food will occur, and this type of digestion will be intracellular type of digestion. So the first type of digestion in gastrovascular cavity was intercellular digestion. When the digestion occurs inside the cell, it will be intracellular digestion. That means Obelia has got both the types of digestive processes. Then the digested food, it diffuses into the cells of the entire colony. So thus food is absorbed in the whole of the colony. The undigested food is egested out through the mouth again. So whatever is remaining inside this gastrovascular cavity will be thrown out of the mouth again. So there is no anus as such in Obelia. So mouth acts as a mouth and an anus also. So that was the whole of the process of the nutrition, digestion, absorption and egestion in case of Obelia. In this part of the video, we'll be talking about the process of respiration in case of Obelia. So there are no special organs of respiration. As in the previous animals, there was no special respiratory organs. So here what happens, the oxygen from the surrounding water, it diffuses directly into the cells through diffusion, and the carbon dioxide and the nitrogenous excretory waste products, they diffuse out simply into the water. So here we can say that respiration as well as the excretion, it simply goes by diffusion, as we have previously discussed in all the animals. Here one thing should be mentioned, that when the polyps they take in food, water regularly enters the gastrovascular cavity through the mouth of the polyps. So it establishes a direct contact and it facilitates the exchange of the materials inside the body of the Obelia. Now if we talk about the excretion, so Obelia simply excretes out the ammonia simply by diffusion into the water. So as previously said, the proteins will be digested to form nitrogenous waste products, and those nitrogenous waste products are in the form of ammonia, and this ammonia it will react with water to form ammonium ions, and these ammonium ions will be diffused out simply into the water outside the cells. So this is the process of excretion. If we talk about the medusa of Obelia, the fully grown medusa of Obelia is like a readily symmetrical umbrella. So it is near to 1 or 2 millimeter in diameter, and outer convex surface of the umbrella is called as the ex-umbellar surface, and the lower surface is called as the sub-umbellar surface. So as we have discussed earlier, it has got 4 radial canals, 1 circular canal, and 4 gonads. It has got a manubrium and a mouth also. So this medusa is a free living form, and it can swim in water. It can gather its food with the help of the tentacles. It has got the stinging cells. And now we are trying to get into the nutrition in medusa. The mechanism of feeding is very much similar to a polyp. So what happens, that while swimming, if it gets some food, it will grab it with the tentacles, it will sting it, it will paralyze it, and the tentacles will put this food into the mouth over here. After putting the food in the mouth, the food is engulfed into the manubrium. So here this part is called as the stomach of medusa. So here the digestion occurs of the food with the help of the digestive enzymes, which are given by the gland cells of gastrodermis. So after digestion, the partially digested food, it goes to the 4 radial canals. So now it is spreading to whole of the body. Now after getting into the 4 radial canals, it goes to the circular canal, and it is distributed to whole of the body of the medusa. So whatever is left undigested, it will be thrown out of the mouth. So here the mouth also acts as the anus, and the same condition was present in the Obelia colony. If we talk about the process of respiration and excretion in case of medusa, the processes are very same as in the case of Obelia colony. So here also the diffusion, it acts as such as in the case of Abelia colony. So oxygen, it comes in, the carbon dioxide goes out, and the ammonia is given out of the body simply through diffusion.